Let's look at trigonometry and particularly sine rule. The fish shop has a logo with some measurements as shown in the diagram below, not to scale. So we can see that's the logo and some measurements are given. So here they are saying that AB is 12, AC is 10, and the angle ABC, so this angle is 37. Always remember when that middle letter is. So what do we need to do? We have to work out the size of angle theta, where theta is the angle BCA. BCA. So this is the angle I'm looking for. Give your answer correct to the nearest degree. So how do we solve that? What kind of formula are we using? So again, page 16 in our table. That page is divided to two main parts, right angle triangle and not right angle triangle. So when we have a question with triangle, that's the first question we ask. Is the triangle presented in the question right angle triangle or not a right angle triangle? So here, there is no indication, there is nothing given to us that we can say for certain that it is a right angle triangle. Therefore, we are saying it is not a right angle triangle. And then on the not right angle triangle, again in our table, we have two formulas that we're going to look at. One is sine rule and the other one is cosine rule. But again, which one do we choose? So sine rule and cosine rule. If we look at those two formulas, okay, I know there is lots of letters, but what does those letters represent? When it comes to the sine rule, what we need is the two sides of the triangle, length of two sides, and two angles. When it comes to cosine rule, I need all three sides of triangle and one of the angle. Okay, so how do we make that choice? First, what am I looking for? I'm looking for an angle. So I'm saying, okay, that's what I'm looking for, question mark, an angle. What information do I have? I have 12, that's a side. I have 10, that's a side. And then I have angle 37. So for cosine rule, I can see I am missing one value, but for sine rule, I have all the information required. Now, let's get our sine rule formula here. Sine rule in your table has three fractions. However, it's only two that we're going to use. But which one? Again, we need to put letters. As you can see in your table, the triangle have letters. So we need to put those letters to our own triangle. Now, the main part here is that you pick an angle. Let's say this one. That's given. Let's call that this angle is capital A. The side that is opposite that angle, that's a small a. The second angle, let's say that is B, and the side that is opposite is small b. So that leaves us with the third angle C, and the side opposite is C. Now I'm saying, okay, out of these 6 elements, which one do I have? First of all, well, which one am I looking for? I'm looking for capital B. Oops, yeah. So that's the one have to be included. Now, what else do I have? I have capital A. I don't have C. I have A. And then I have B. Okay, perfect. So those two are the ones that I'm having. So that's the two I'm going to be using. Okay, so let's replace letters with numbers. So our A is what? Small a is 10 divided by sin, and capital A angle is 37. And that equal B, and our small b is 12 divided by sin. And that B is our theta I'm looking for. Now, how do we solve fraction equal fraction? We can cross multiply it. That's one of the ways of doing that. So 10 multiplied by sin of theta will equal 12 multiplied by sin of 37. Okay, now we want theta. Well, we actually don't want sin of theta, but for now, that is one item. We don't want that to be multiplied by 10. How do we eliminate multiplication? Always the same. We divide, and we divide both sides of the equation, because 10 divided by 10 is 1. 1 multiplied by sin will give me sin of theta. And then I have we can put that in the calculator, we can have number here, or we can leave it in this form because that's not yet the final answer. Last thing to eliminate is that sin. How do we eliminate sin? We take it to the other side and it becomes inverse. What that means is taken to the power -1 and then followed by our number. I know it looks complex, but not really. We put all of that in our calculator, we press equal, and we get that that value of theta to the nearest degree is 46.